Hi, it's Annie Caspar. It is about 5 p.m. on 8/8/2017. Um, Sorry, this is a completely different setup, so it's quite a mess. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's hot here today again. All right, there we go. Sorry. All right. Um, I'm doing yet another video, and I was hoping not to because this my targeting is really extreme, and I'll just give you some examples so you understand how extreme it is. Um, in 1997, directed energy weapons began to be used on people around me in a very obvious manner. And from 1997 on, ever since the gender discrimination class action I filed with others against Merrill Lynch, that same kind of strategy has followed me everywhere. And it's one in which, of course, as we know in targeting, you're continually provoked. And because I've made so much money, paid so much in taxes, and played in a really big playing field, I guess you could call it. I don't know. See, I have to think of this because I have to determine how I can best answer some of the idiocy that I have to deal with. And I apologize for being a little bit too Donald Trumpish, but I'm done. So the aggressivity that has come at me from the military, intelligence industry, private security sector, on and on and on, is really intense. And that means that anywhere I go, people are bought off all the time. If they can do HARP stuff to completely change the weather patterns where I go, dramatically now, Puerto Rico, New York State, Rhode Island, Florida, and now where I am too. Okay, this is in like 6 years. Well, trust me, they throw a lot of capital at the people. I have a friend coming, so I might have to get off quickly. At the people they need to total me and have me die. Because I've documented so well for so long what has been done to me and what has happened that they have to use that methodology. A very, very, very covert one, except in Florida. So when TIs who have never contacted me, never ever complained to me, I'm hearing second and third hand about, and the TI community, in my personal opinion, is the most dysfunctional I've ever seen, and I'm sorry to say that, but I've never seen anything so infiltrated, so mismanaged, so absolutely outrageously destined for great failure. Or management into minor failure by agents. If people believe that me losing my home 5 times since 2008, having major erroneous diagnoses thrown at me, which caused me to spend an enormous amount of my money, and then losing again my home in Sarasota, Florida, when I stood up for TIs in a very, very beautiful and strategic way that would have served as the template for everybody in the United States had people basically been there for me, and had I not been in Florida. And how it is that TIs who ultimately, because 2 people contributed the most to poor and to me surviving. One person is being completely paid back. The other person has asked for no payback and has simply said, here, this is $500 for you. You have gone through hell. And that person, God bless him, was an amazing angel. So if we take those people out of the equation, that means that TIs contributed for 6 months of work that was amazing work, really amazing work. And then, of course, I got tortured into oblivion. If they believe that $1,000 contribution is commensurate to me losing my home and almost being murdered, then I don't know what to say to my community or my ex-community anymore, because it's not. I lost a beautiful home. I went through hell on earth with directed energy weapons, and still to this day, that's why I don't want to record. I don't want to have anything to do with this community anymore, because it has cost me everything, and it has the nerve to believe game stalkers hired by the military-industrial, complex, and their ridiculousness, but it still doesn't even have the courage and the integrity to call me and get the facts and get the truth and get in writing from me. But then that started in late January with Dr. Catherine Horton. And so I guess there's a certain level of self-deregulation that TIs or purported TIs allow themselves, and I don't allow myself that. But I can tell you that if you believe that for 6 months' work, which covered everything soup to nuts, and the loss of my home, my health, all of my possessions, because I had to leave them in Florida, nobody shipped them up here. If you believe $1,000 is too much between the entire community that goes out and pays $5,000 to get all kinds of scans done, on and on and on, if you really believe that that's too much to gift to someone who tried to do something for you and lost everything, well, I don't know what to say. I think you're deluded, and I think you suffer from dark triad personality disorder, because no one in their rational or logical or compassionate mind and heart would ever believe that. And since you don't speak with me, then I know you're agents, because that's the way it rolls. This is how I know you're an agent. If you keep me, I'll give you an example. If you keep me on Skype for 8 hours, plucking my brain of all of my greatest ideas, and I don't give you them all, but I give you a lot, and I see you proceed to, from that moment on, basically use all of my ideas in your rollout of your leadership, and then you never get back on the phone nor on Skype, nor do you explain yourself, and you're horrifically lacking in integrity behavior, well, you're an agent. And if you're not an agent, you're so out of integrity that I shouldn't really be dealing with you anyway. And anybody who gives you their faith and confidence and their support is a fool. So, enough of this. It's 7 minutes already. If you have any questions about Annie Caspar at all, I ask you to please contact me directly at 941-356-8007 or at Annie Caspar, ANIKASPAR @gmail.com. And I will refer you to the folks who have known me 10, 20, 30 years, and they will tell you who I am. But since we are targeted individuals and seem to suffer from all kinds of misconceptions, misperceptions, and misbeing, I think you should at least have the courage to talk to me first before you perpetrate slander, defamation, libel, blah, blah. Thank you. Sorry, I really didn't want to do another video. Thank you.